It is my privilege to present the following program that was inspired by the way American businesses and organizations have responded to the events of September 11th. It's part of a special series produced by Heartbeat of America called Keeping America Strong. Each program spotlights a business or organization that is helping to do exactly that, keep America strong. Having served in the United States Navy for many years, I fully appreciate the important role small and middle-sized businesses play in the very fabric of our country, and I salute the professionals who lead these companies and thus keep America strong. They are the very backbone of our free enterprise system, and today on this program you will meet the individuals behind one such organization. I'll be back later in the program to introduce the Keeping America Strong Award. And now, let's learn more about the organization we are honoring today.
Today, the eyes and ears of the 21st century are focused on new developments, new technologies, new emerging companies. We're on the scene to bring it to you as it happens.
We anchor from our new studios in Los Angeles and then go out all over America to get to the heart of the story.
I'm Bert Tenzer.
I'm Bella Shaw.
I'm Doug Llewellyn.
I'm William Shatner, and this is Heartbeat of America. Our show focuses on corporate America, its stories, its drama, its breakthroughs. We'll be going out today to report on an organization that is impacting our lives and shaping our future. An organization that truly is the heartbeat of America.
In the 20th century, a group of future Americans led by William Shatner ventured out into the universe. The challenge? To take the American spirit and courage to the final frontier of man, outer space. It was an exciting time on television, but it was only a fantasy.
Meanwhile, here on the planet Earth in the 21st century, a new challenge has emerged. And this one's for real. It's the challenge to unite America and to keep our economy and our country moving forward.
This has inspired Heartbeat of America to launch a special series entitled Keeping America Strong.
In the 20th century, William Shatner took us off on a voyage into the universe to experience what life is like on other planets. But now, here in the 21st century, he's come back to explore what life is like right here on our own planet. This is all part of a very special series that we call Keeping America Strong. And as you know, part of Keeping America Strong lies in helping Americans to live healthy, quality, and productive lives. And that's really not easy when you look all across the country and see the millions who live their lives suffering from things like immobility, pain, they're being overweight, and they suffer from illnesses and disorders without standard solutions. Also from a lack of exercise, excessive physical and emotional stress, a lack of energy, not feeling good, a lack of natural healing capability. And that's just a small part of it. The big question is, what can be done about it? Well, our guests today have developed an amazing and rather revolutionary technology to help us live more healthy lives. It involves radiant heat. It is a development in healthcare that is successfully in use today. Their mission is to take their healing centers and their medical health centers all across the country. It's a very exciting story, and we're about to find out just what these developments are and what they do and how they can be made available to Americans everywhere. Our guests are from a company known as MPS, which really stands for the Management of Personal Health Systems. Their headquarters is in Pomona, California, in Southern California. And I'd like you to meet them now. First, on the far left of the table here with me is Sunny Zheng, who is the president of the company. Next to him, Hildegard Stanger. Correct? Mm-hmm. Stanger, okay, who is the industrial toxicologist and the chief scientist.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and on her left, next to me, Dr. Rahim Karju, who is a pathologist and is a medical consultant to the company.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Welcome, folks. Nice to have you here. All of this talk about radiant heat and how it's being used in healthcare. This is something that a lot of people, I think, will find this rather new, have not heard about it. So let me ask you, how does radiant heat help, especially in all of the list of problems that I just mentioned?
Okay, radiant heat is a type of heat that our body produce all the time as we maintain our temperature of body.
Right.
So it is very natural wave type of heat that we also contain in our body and that emit all the time. And the best source of this radiant heat has been the sun. And the sun ray has been known to be very healthy for many long years, but now it has known to make some problems such as skin cancer because of the UVs and also near infrared, which is kind of too intense to our skin. And also it has X-rays and other stuff. This radiant heat that we produce from our carbon fiber is designed to generate only the heat, the radiant heat that is from our body. Very similar characteristic, very soft and gentle, that can be absorbed to our body in a very natural way, so that we can utilize that energy for cellular activities and circulation and etc. That's the basic concept, how it can help our health.
Let me ask you, Mrs. Steniger, you're the chief toxicologist, chief scientist behind all of this. How does this work? I mean, what does it do to you?
Well, what happens is that the rays, which are made up of radiant heat, which is the same radiant heat from a frozen star, which is the beginning of a sun. This heat comes in, it stimulates the cells to remember itself and also at the same time to increase metabolism within. But when there is two particles in there that can cause the far infrared to make what we call a photon, which is a single unit of light, it makes a cosmic burst, which we call cosmic cellular burst, and this creates the whole energy that is needed in the cell. And cells that are diseased do not have this radiant heat in them, and thus they slow down their metabolic process or any of these other activities.
How does this radiant heat get applied? Is this something that you wrap around your arm or something? This is not like one of these things you buy in a drugstore, right? We're not talking about that.
No, you go into it, you experience it. You go into it as a cardio area for increased exercise, where we have panels in there. You also have our rainbow, where you have a single unit that goes into localized areas. Say if you have a broken leg, you can use that to accelerate healing. And then we have our main one, which is our MPS capsule DEMA.
Well, let's show some pictures here so we can give an idea. This equipment actually is too big to bring into the studio and for you to be toting all around with you. But this is the, define this unit for me.
Yes. This is the MPS capsule DEMA. It has 3 panels in it that generate radiant heat, and at the same time it has a jade roller that goes up and down the back and hits in 5 acupuncture pressure points that causes release of energy in that area.
So a person would lay down in this. How long would they stay in there?
The version is approximately 20 minutes. It's in a programmed mode, so it automatically goes through its cycle.
So it's like a 20-minute treatment in that. How often would you, and I guess it depends on what your problem is, but how often would someone use that treatment?
Well, I've used it in my practice in toxicology, and in that process I use it for about an hour, so that would be 3 treatments. Or a day, or I would couple it with another unit, which is either our far infrared therapy room or our radiant sauna.
There are some other units to show you here to give you an idea of what is available. And you're going to look. Now, this is kind of a mini unit. Describe this for me.
This is a unit that's made out of wood, and it has 6 panels inside of it.
We're talking about the one on top.
Oh, excuse me. The one on top is the rainbow. It is made up of 1 carbon fiber panel.
Okay, and so it's a mini unit of the big one.
Right, and you can move it to localized areas on the body.
Right. And then down below we have what looks almost like a sauna unit that you would. This is designed for someone to have in their home, correct?
We call that the radiant sauna.
Okay. Now these are all provided by the company. You sell these. You make them available. Whoever is interested in it. This is another version, and this is one. Describe this, because this is like a room actually. Good.
Yeah.
Doctor,
that is what we call a radiant heat aided cardio exercise room. It's in a short way, it's RACE, R-H-A-C-E.
Okay.
In that room, we have radiant heat coming from those 18 panels. And then that radiant heat improves the circulation and cellular activities while the person is going on with their cardio exercise.
Yeah, they're riding on an exercise bike in the room.
Yeah, so it shortens the time and the efforts in order to get the cardio benefits.
Does it make it so hot that you're uncomfortable while you're doing this?
No, it makes it warm. I mean, if we put an ice cube on top of it, the ice cube wouldn't melt, but the ice cube would melt faster in our hands because we have photons coming out of our body. And our radiant heat panels, there is no photon, so that there is no burning of the skin. It just has a constant heat.
Again, tell me, and let me ask you, doctor, you help me. What are the most common uses of this kind of equipment? The people who can best benefit from this, what ailments would they most likely have?
From the point of the heat,
yeah,
and a wave of the heat that created some sort of the effect on the body, and this effect is that effect on the endocrine type of the productions. The heat cause increase the secretions of the estrogen from the adrenal gland, and also cause the pituitary gland to secrete the hormone to order the other gland in the body. Heat create that kind of the effect.
Right.
From the sun, which is the wavelength is very short, but the wavelength of the this infrared is larger and does not create damage to the skin, and it penetrates into the body, and also is not effect on the skin to cause any cancer or any damages to the skin.
And you really do notice results, right?
Yes.
Give me a list of the most common ailments that are best suited for this kind of treatment.
The most common is if you have localized pain or back injury, the pain is gone in several sessions, which I call treatments of that.
Okay.
And you have, due to circulation, if you use the rainbow over your head, acne disappears. It is ideal for any kind of respiratory infection because it allows the lungs to open up and to remove toxins, in particular with mold for mycotoxins. And I had a case of Legionella disease patient, and in 3 sessions it was gone, negative test.
I mean, it's interesting. It sounds like there are a lot of various ailments that can be helped by this kind of treatment.
Actually, the mechanical section of this also create pressure in the body for create the better circulations of the blood toward the legs and toward those areas that this mechanical role is going through, and cause the healing to those dead tissue and cause the circulations. So several times if they use it, then the pain would go away when they're using it. At the beginning you feel pain in some location,
right,
but several times later that pain is gone, and this is due to the healing, circulation, and effect on the circulation for the nerve and the soft tissue. And if it is around the back and the vertebrae, it caused healing in that area and the pain goes away.
Well, we're going to come back in a minute and give you the story of a little girl who was injured and who was really dramatically helped by this kind of treatment, and you'll see how beneficial it was. We'll be back to do that in just a minute. We're learning the extraordinary story about a company known as MPS, Management of Personal Health Systems. They're headquartered in Pomona, California, and our guests are the president of the company, Sunny Zhang, Hildegard Staniger, who is the chief scientist for the company, and Dr. Rahim Karju, who is a medical consultant for the company. They're delighted to have all of you here.
Thank you.
We were talking about a young lady, a little girl who was severely injured, who really did benefit from this heat therapy kind of treatment.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit first off what the problem was.
Okay,
what happened?
The problem was that the young lady, she was 4 years old. She was playing in her backyard of her grandparents, and it was 2 weeks after Hurricane Ivan in Pensacola, Florida area. A 300-pound oak limb fell off the tree, off a tree onto her, crushed her pelvis, broke both of her legs, cut some arteries, and she had to have intensive surgery. And this is a photograph of her in the hospital.
All right.
Right
so
after the accident.
She went to the hospital for extensive treatment of a lot of problems.
And organs crushed, etc.
Okay.
And then this was when she was 4 years old. She is currently 6 years old. She came to a center, Intracell, which is part of the MPS family of far-infrared radiant heat therapies in Pensacola. Her mother heard about it, and she started March 24th to current day, which is approximately 3 months from the treatment.
Right.
She came to us in a wheelchair, told with a black and blue from her whole pelvis, 6 inches, that her scars and the old blood would be there for the rest of her life, and that she'd never walk or have any mobility at all.
Really?
So after 13 sessions,
now, what kind of sessions she did?
Sessions are using our capsule DEMA,
right.
our MPS capsule DEMA.
She laid in that big unit.
Right, and the radiant heat therapy room, or the sauna.
Right.
She was in that for approximately an hour, 20 minutes, and 2 sessions of the capsule DEMA.
Per day?
Per day. And
For
she
how
did
many
that
days?
for 15 sessions, so that was 15 days,
okay.
plus 13 other sessions, which were just 2 back-to-back sessions of the capsule DEMA.
Okay.
Okay, this is her after 13 sessions, which is approximately 13 hours. She's in her school, and she's walking on with a, what do you call it, a walker.
A
walker.
Approximately how much time has elapsed since we saw her in the hospital to this point now?
Okay.
Is it just
April,
a couple
May,
of weeks?
June.
No, it's several
3
months.
months.
3 months.
12, less than 12 weeks.
Okay.
Less than 12 weeks.
Now, for a young lady who was told she would never walk again, this is
significant.
Yeah, it's significant indeed.
Right. And then, which was one day before this airing of this show, meaning not airing of the show, before the taping of this show, we were told that she walked 10 feet without any walker or crutches, or poles.
Right. Well, that is wonderful news. She obviously a beautiful little girl, and let's hope she keeps.
She wants to be a ballerina.
Let's hope she keeps mending. And but obviously, you're saying that this heat treatment is largely responsible for turning things around for her.
And it's with any disease or anyone that is older. As we get older, as we grow older in time, we tend to lose this far infrared or this radiant heat within our cells. And if we don't replace it, like we no longer go into the sun and
right.
sunbathe as
right.
to just get 20 minutes a day or that, just like a cat or a dog would do,
right.
we're losing that. And the more we stay into office buildings, we don't have any exposure to nutrition that way. But at the same time, that if we have devices like MPS has developed that can give us this radiant heat so that we can replenish it in our body, we can literally bring it into our body and then push out whatever the toxins are, or accelerate metabolism or circulation or anything, and thus give us regeneration within our cells.
Even healthy people benefit from using
Yes,
this
for
if they have no
maintenance.
problems?
Yes.
Maintenance.
As I mentioned before regarding this, is that healing due to better circulation to those areas that this little girl has the damage, make more circulations, and due to the wavelength of the heat stimulate those tissue, and then continuations of using the capsule cause the healing, and it doesn't need it to go ahead and take the transplant of tissue or the skin from that area. It's just continuation of the healing cause that the improvement of the problem of this.
So you're a big proponent of this technology.
Yes,
right?
I am.
How old? Let me go to you, Mr. Jung, and ask you about how old this technology is. Or is this really new, or has it been used in other parts of the world? What's the story?
This radiant heat technology has been used for thousands of years in somewhere on Earth, like Asian countries, Asian cultures. We built houses with radiant heat. We had a very intense radiant heat therapy places everywhere. For instance, in South Korea, about 40,000 locations are there. And each year, about hundreds, if not thousands, of new locations are coming up. So this is not new, but just widespread and very familiar concept for some of the people on Earth. But in this country, we have been one of the few first companies who introduced this concept. And you're trying to make this one to be embedded in this culture, the American culture, so that people can be more exposed and may be more aware of this technology and become in their part of their culture. That is our mission of our company.
So you provide the equipment. If somebody wants to have this equipment and bring it to their home, purchase it and have it in their own home, you make that possible. You also build the centers where people can go for treatment.
Right.
Is that
right.
correct?
And then we also work with Dr. Carju with custom centers that can specialize into certain areas, like he specializes in cancer prevention. Then we have our Intracell that specializes in far infrared radiant heat. And then we have our Morian, which specializes in radiant heat and toxicology.
So the real case that you want to look at is me. That I did not believe on these things. I'm a pathologist, and I had a car accident. Incidentally, I found that this one, there was a place that they were using it. I used it a couple times, and then I felt much better. I took two of them, one for my office and for my house. And I see that there were three orthopedic that they wanted to do surgery.
Yeah.
I had problem for 3 months. I couldn't even move. And then I changed and I completely healed. That these three doctors of my friend orthopedic, they don't believe it. They told me that you did not have pain from the beginning, maybe. So this is why I am sitting over here. That's what I am going to help these individuals. I wanted to promote especially this capsule that is really helping.
It helped you.
It helped me.
And it helped you. If it helped you, it can help others.
It does.
Well, not only is this a technology that can be very helpful to people, it can also be, I understand, a rather unique business opportunity as well. And we'll be back to talk about that right after this. We've been learning all about MPS centers. That stands for the Management of Personal Health Systems. It's a company headquartered in Pomona, California, that we've been hearing all about from our guests. I want to turn to the president of the company, Sunny Zheng, right now, and talk to you, Sunny, about how this technology is now also being made available as a unique business opportunity. Yes. Tell me about that.
So in order to make this business or this technology to be more accessible to most Americans, we have come up with three concepts of business. One is self-body care, basically it's a fitness spa. And the second one is integrative medical centers. It's either go by Intracell or Morian, and then etc. And then we have medical health centers under the leadership of Dr. Karju. Can be involved with cancer prevention and etc. So investors or people who are interested to be involved in this type of business, they can call us and join each of these type of business setup and find out what could be the best fit for their necessity and capability. And right now, it's only just a couple of centers here and there across America. However, it's going to be the very big business opportunity or industry in the near future, based on the fact that it is right now in other countries, such as Asian countries. So, if a prospective business person become the first owner of the center in the region, and it has a great potential to be huge, successful, and we ride with the entrepreneurship. They can grow in the region. That's kind of an idea that we have come up with, and that we have 3 centers going on right now. And then some current centers are mostly located in Southern California, and we have one in Pensacola, Florida.
It's like a franchise.
Yeah,
you become a franchisee, is that right?
Right.
Okay.
And the best, the most important factor of this business is that as you go along with this business, you feel good about yourself. I got a phone from the little girl, and it was just yesterday, talking about, and I was crying all the way 30 minutes while discussing with her. So it was kind of a moment that gave me, this is the reason I have to go on with this.
Well, that's very, very good indeed. And you pointed out it does have an impact on cancer. You were telling me, Doctor, it really does?
Yes, there is a metastasis to the vertebra and bone in the back.
Yeah.
And they use this particular capsule. It causes decrease the pain and increase the circulations. And even sometimes you see on the x-ray that the tumor decrease in size.
Well, that is very encouraging news, to say the least. This has been a pretty fascinating story. Just the whole subject of radiant heat is something I think is going to open a lot of people's eyes. Right. We'll be looking and watching to see what happens with this. Be interesting to see as it grows all across the country. Thank you so much for telling us all about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have been watching the operations of an organization which is doing its part to keep America strong, and we've been learning from its leaders about what they're doing to help move our country forward. This organization represents companies across our great nation that embody the spirit, dedication, know-how, and can-do attitude which has made America the great nation it is today. And now let's present the Keeping America Strong Award.
Now it's my honor to present our Keeping America Strong Award to Sonny Zheng, the president of MPS of Pomona, California. That's the Management of Personal Health Systems, for the outstanding work that his company is doing to help keep America strong and help keep Americans healthy. Mr. Zheng, it's a pleasure to give this to you. Congratulations and best wishes for continued success.
Thank you very much on behalf of all the MPS staff. I appreciate this opportunity and this award. And through this show, we would like to make everyone in America would like to get the benefits of our technology in the near future.
I'm sure you do.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and good luck.
Thank you.
Congratulations for earning the Keeping America Strong Award, which honors innovators and leaders like you who are the heartbeat of America.
Our thanks to retired Rear Admiral Kevin Delaney for taking part in the presentation of the Keeping America Strong Award, the award that salutes small to middle-sized organizations who are helping to move America forward.
If you're interested in more information on this radiant heat therapy and what it can do, you can find that information by visiting this company's website, and you'll find it on the web at www.mpsglobal.us.
That's it for Heartbeat of America's special edition, Keeping America Strong.
Now for a final word from William Shatner.
Well, that's it for this edition of Heartbeat of America. I'm William Shatner. Thanks for watching.